Hey y'all, hey. How y'all doing? Man, I'm doing good. We're gonna talk about a few things today. We're gonna talk about the Country Wayne skits in particular and how James went to Ernestine telling her that she gonna be sharing him with another woman. I'm not surprised by this because this happens all the time with women when it comes to friends with benefits, just the F word, or you just gonna be a side chick or a groupie, and it's crazy how women accept this. Like there's not other options out there. There are millions and billions of options out there, but we're always stuck on one. I think the minute that she heard that, she should have cut him loose then. She should have cut him loose the first time, but she didn't. But this is why I said this is why obsessive compulsive behavior, well, no, codependency is a big thing in women in particular. And men are have codependency as well. It's just different between men and women. Women that have codependency is you get a man that does things to you in certain ways and you just don't want to lose that man. So you want to basically compete with him with the other woman versus just let him go and let him move forward. But it's pride. And we as women got to give up our pride. The minute we find out a man wants to be with another woman, then you need to cut that loose because number one, that's not good for your self esteem, self worth, and self value, but most importantly, self respect. And if you have any respect for yourself, you wouldn't be out here, even accepting that anyway. Now, as for Brittany and her situation with her parents, and then the fact that the other lady is talking about she wants to basically reunite with her children, I don't see nothing wrong with her wanting to reunite with her kids because I think that's something that is important. Even if they don't want nothing to do with her, at least they've had a conversation. So I love the fact she does want to do that. I don't like the way he came at her about that $50,000. And I think at the end of the day, he going to try to do something to help Brittany when it comes to her mama. Because again, she should not be taking care of her mama all these years like she's her man, and that's not your responsibility, Brittany. Your mama needs to get a man, or if not, do for herself. You can't keep making excuses that she's never worked or done anything for herself, because she did work. She did say she used to be a nurse. Now that confrontation between her and her ex-husband, at the end of the day, he does need, at the end of the day, they're not together no more. He don't owe her nothing. He don't. Now, do I think that because she helped him out and because she gave up her job, that he should basically try to be there for her? Absolutely, as far as giving her a lump sum, but that would be about it. But as far as her thinking somebody got to take care of her, no, it don't work like that. Ain't nobody obligated to take care of you, except when you get older and you can't take care of yourself no more. Or you have Alzheimer's or dementia or some type of mental or psychological or physical disease, as far as disability, then that's one thing. But if you're a grown adult, no. It's better than ain't nothing wrong with you, no. Now, as for Tamara, you going and tell D, I don't know what you told D for, knowing D going to end up confronting that man if he see him. And you already know he's going to go to him to find out what happened, and he's going to tell him he need $50,000. I believe D going to be the one to give him his money, give him the money, but tell him he needs to stay away from Tamara. I think that's what's going to happen with that. And I believe that that when that mama find out that this situation was what it was, I don't know what she gonna say then. Cause your son has a past that you apparently don't know nothing about, and you blaming Tamara. Blaming Tamara for what? What are you blaming her for? She has nothing to do with what your son did in his past. You always blaming Tamara for everything. Tamara, just leave that man alone because you thought he was gonna be better and he wasn't. So you might have just gone. But the thing about it, I don't even know if you can go back home at this point. As for, Jay and Nadia, I think in the end they'll be fine. But I got a feeling Ernestine going to try to get her husband back because of the situation with James. Do I think Melissa and James going to end up getting back together in the end? Maybe, if he get himself together. I think he going to realize that he can't keep out here playing with Melissa, because Melissa is starting to get them things about going back because he keeps helping them out. But you can't go back to him, Melissa, if he keep dogging you out. And you can't go back to him because your parents need him to take care of y'all. That ain't his responsibility. Now, as for that girl that DC is trying to get away from, I think Erica and DC are gonna try to help her, but I think it's gonna be at Jada's expense. You remember I told y'all that I think that dude gonna try to do something, and Jada gonna be there, and she'll get hurt. And I think this is what's gonna change things between Erica and DC, because I got a feeling if anything happens to Jada, I don't think they're gonna be able to live with it. So I don't. I'm hoping that's not the direction they're going. But the fact that Jada does be at that house and that girl is there, I think he gonna end up taking Jada in order to get old girl back. Jada gonna be going over there, and something gonna happen, and it's not gonna be good. And Erica is never gonna be able to forgive DC for what happened. And I think their relationship gonna be over with in the end. So I think that's gonna be it on that. Sarah, I don't know what you was thinking, going out looking like that, but that lady told you the right thing. You need to figure it out. Now, when it comes to Drew, I'm not surprised that he went to that girl asking her about Athena. It's something about him ain't right. Athena, you done brought danger. Well, I can't blame you because you didn't bring him. Actually, Mike did. Mike is the one that brought him back into y'all world. So I don't know what's going on with that exactly. As for the girl that Kendrick told Ralphie to do whatever with, Kendrick, Jocelyn is going to do something to that girl. She's going to do something to that girl because that girl is she's about as worse as your cousin is when it comes to Mike. Why did you even introduce either one of them to them brothers? Why would you introduce her to Mike and then the other girl to Ralphie? Why? But as for Rolanda, I'm proud that she's got her own thing, but she needs to get some professional people in there. She need to get rid of Malachi's cousin, because she gonna mess things up for her. As for Anthony sitting in that lawyer's office, that was hilarious to me. That lawyer said, well, this happened before the marriage. You're going to have to prove that this happened after the marriage. It would be crazy if that woman come out and says that Amber was messing around with Wayne after the fact. That would be insane. That would be insane. Because for her to ask, was it still going on after the fact? Ooh, she may find something. Amber, you better pray to God you wasn't messing around with Wayne after the fact of y'all marriage, because if that's the case, that changes everything. Both of them gonna walk away with what they had. Shayla, I'm gonna need you. If I wasn't convinced before, I'm convinced now more than ever. You got bipolar, which is why your mama condones your behavior. There's something mentally wrong with her. I'm telling y'all, it's bipolar. Mark my word, because the way she said, I keep having these thoughts. Either that or she manic depressant, one of the two. But I'm going with bipolar. But if the signs of bipolar won't there, I don't know what to tell you. Because 1 minute she knows what she does is wrong, and then on the next minute she doesn't. So that's bipolar. I think she got bipolar as far as the character. I think she got bipolar. I love Zachary and the way she went at Anthony. That was beautiful. Now, Angeline, if she does got bipolar, I understand why you are trying to act this way. It's not helping her. It's making things worse. Because if Anthony does go back to Amber, Shayla gonna be screwed. So I think that the only reason her mother condones her behavior is because of bipolar. I believe something happened, and that is the reason why they try to talk to her the way they do. Because they know what's going to happen if things don't go the way Sheila wanted to go. So, of course, they're going to lie to her. Y'all be amazed how many people with bipolar as far as their family will sit there and lie to their face. You will be absolutely amazed. But Shayla, that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde girl, like I said, your mama is giving you bad advice, but I get why she's doing it and what the intention is, considering I think you got bipolar. but she has some type of mental disability.